Hello, everybody. Welcome to an instant camp report for, I think this was day 6 of Seahawks training camp, second day of padded practice. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, a little windy. So, man, yesterday was the day. The story was the defense really took it to the offense. Today, it was back and forth. It was almost exactly what you want to see. You've got the offense making plays. They came out certainly with more vigor than they did the day before. They made some plays. The defense made some plays. Tariq Woolen, again, made a number of plays today. Devin Witherspoon made some plays today. Julian Love made some plays today. But so did the offense. DK and Gino were back to their old tricks. There were ridiculous back shoulder catches with Spoon in absolute blanket coverage. Nothing he could do. There was passes to JSN, deep down the field, in space. Great passes there. The play of the day, though, the thing you're going to hear about, maybe the best catch that I've ever witnessed at camp. It's up there. And that's the day after Jake Bobo made maybe the best catch you've seen in a long time. DK Metcalf with a one-handed, it was behind him like this, in the corner of the end zone, 30-yard touchdown with, I think Spoon was in coverage, perfectly good coverage, and DK just did all those videos you see of DK prior to games in the end zone, just making those one-handed catches with ease that we haven't really seen in a game. Well, I saw one. I saw one in competition. It was breathtaking, and everybody was just buzzing about that play. Just the kind of play that honestly I think we've all believed he's capable of, and we just haven't seen as often. And so that's kind of the story of the camp, is DK's looking like the alien creature that we all thought he might be when he was drafted. That's not to say he's been bad, but he has not been Randy Moss. He has not been even Julio Jones. He has not been an indefensible player. And there's times in these first few days of camp where he's been an indefensible player. So absolute gorgeous play for DK Metcalf. There was some debating going on among the media here about whether the Bobo catch was better or the DK catch. For me, there's no question. As good as the Bobo catch was, I can think of a lot of players in the NFL that, given the chance, could potentially make that play. The DK catch, there aren't many. There are not many that can make the play that I saw today. So really great to see the offense going back and forth. The other news of the day, Laken Tomlinson took a vet day, and guess who was at the number ones at left guard? Christian Haynes. Christian Haynes got his first reps of camp at left guard with the starters and acquitted himself pretty well today. I thought this was his best day of camp. Blocked well, nothing like amazing, nothing terrible, but generally speaking, did pretty well. The other news of the day, speaking of draft picks, Byron Murphy, he's coming on. He is coming on. In 1v1s today, he had, I don't know the number, I have it in my notes, and I'll put it up in my written notes on the blog later, but I think it might have been Olu, I'm not sure, but he walked back whoever was blocking him. Oh no, it was Nick Harris. He walked him back so fast that Harris fell on his butt. He canned him. It was an absolutely dominant rep, the most dominant rep in 1v1s of this camp for sure. Just an absolute butt kicking. The next rep, because they do 2 reps back to back, Harris was ready and set for another bull rush. Byron Murphy deked him, kind of like stepped forward. Harris lunged. Quick as a cat, Byron Murphy sidestepped, went right around him. So showed in 2 snaps the power and the agility and the quickness that made me fall in love with this guy as a Seahawks draft pick and a prospect. So really good day for Byron Murphy. I thought he got a lot of reps today, had some good moments. There were some interesting interesting twists to the way that Mike McDonald ran practice today. For 1v1s, typically it's offensive line, defensive line. They break into groups, and then you've got other groups doing other things. They had a setup today where the whole team was watching, the whole team, both sides, and the 1v1s where they had a quarterback, 2 offensive linemen, and a defensive lineman. And you got to watch who won that rep, like the whole team. And then there was 1v1, same setup, whole team watching, where it was corner versus a receiver. Then they had, they even had one on punt return, like D. Williams, the undrafted free agent, was a punt gunner going against Mike Jackson as a punt, an outside blocker on a punt return. It was really interesting. I thought it was a really cool concept because you get the whole team in there. There's a lot of pressure, and you get to see how guys turn out. So that was cool. They did some other cool stuff today. They had a mystery situation where Leslie Frazier, and I think there's one other guy, I can't remember who he said, Mike McDonald said that just come up with a situation and the coaches don't know. Mike McDonald doesn't know. Grubb doesn't know. The players don't know. They announce it over the big speaker, and then the coaches have to coach. They have to call plays, offensively, defensively, adjust to it. Everybody watches it. That was really cool. That's the kind of innovation and change to the way that they're practicing that's different than what we've seen here. And I like it. I don't think it's just, doing something for the sake of doing it. I think the psychology of that stuff increases competition, increases pressure, is closer to replicating game scenarios for the coaches, for the players. So really cool. I also had noticed that they had started giving out these belts. And so I asked about Mike McDonald at his press conference, and he loved that question. I think he wanted to talk about the belts. Today, Charles Cross won the belt. He's had a very good camp. Mike McDonald said so. And that's great news. I mean, that's really good news. So Charles Cross wins the belt. I think Mike McDonald's feeling good about how things are going. I also asked Mike McDonald about analytics. Maybe the first time anyone in the press corps has asked anyone here about analytics the way I just did, and asked him about fourth down. I didn't expect him to give me a lot, but he did say, I want to be aggressive. We got to earn our way. We got to be good in those situations. And that data he wants data to inform their decision-making. It's a great answer, what I wanted to hear. I'm going to try to give you some of those insights by asking some questions that maybe others won't. But anyway, really, really productive day of camp today. I'll get more notes written up. And obviously, I'll be back for Hawk Blogger Mornings tomorrow. So if you haven't already given the show a like and click subscribe, please do it. I appreciate it. I'm working overtime here, trying to get you guys as much content as possible. And hopefully you're loving it. And we just appreciate you taking a moment to click like, click subscribe, click the bell to get notified. Because like you saw today, I don't know when I'm going to go live. Today was a little earlier than I expected. Tomorrow might be later. So take care, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I will see you on the other side.